Hey, what's up guys, this is Liam or Wiggle on your Overwatch, back with a new video today. I want to go through the ways to counter Ana. She's one of my favourite heroes in the game to use, and we recently made a video talking about how we believe she's a little bit too much on the strong side. She dominates the game at all levels of play. Even the pros and the most coordinated teams cannot deal with Nano boost all the time, but there definitely are some counters and easier ways to deal with it, so I do want to go through them in this video. The first thing I want to say though is that her Nano boost has been nerfed. Now the thing about this nerf is that it was only by 20% charge rate. So the thing is, rather than it taking 20 or 30 seconds to get now, it only takes 24 seconds to get, which is still so quick. The 20% doesn't make a big difference. It's only the matter of 4 or 5 seconds, which doesn't make the difference in a team fight. You still have it every single team fight, so you get it so often. Now, I wouldn't actually call for a nerf on the Nano boost. I think it's just the charge rate. Think about Zarya's ult and how powerful that is. It takes a long time to get and a lot of skill to get, whereas Nano boost can be used to wipe the entire team every 30 seconds, and I don't think it's unfair to call just to get it a little bit more slowly. So I'm going to jump into things. I've got a lot of different counters and ways to deal with it. Some are way more effective than others, but the first thing I'll start with is just specific hero counters that help. Now there's only one hero really in the game that can seriously deal with an Ana if played correctly, and that is Tracer, but it does need to be played extremely well. You need to be able to get in and do some damage quick in order to bait out Ana's grenade. Make sure it doesn't hit you though, or else you can't heal, although Rewind will give you your health back, which is probably why she is one of the better counters to it. She also does great burst, guaranteed damage, so you can get in the face of Ana and do the damage, get out of there, let her try and heal herself, and then get back in and finish her off. Now the thing about the other heroes I'm going to mention, and they've all got something in common, and that's that they do guaranteed damage. The worst thing you can do against an Ana is to keep spamming into the enemy team as Junkrat, because all you're doing is giving her charge, you're doing chip damage, and if nothing's being killed, then they just get more and more charge from that, and they get nanos more often. That's why Tracer is good to focus the Ana down, because she's definitely one of the better 1v1 burst heroes in the game, and she can deal with her if played at the right level. Now there's a couple more heroes that are good at dealing with Ana, and two of them are Genji and Winston, and I mentioned them at the same time because they're very similar in their dive capability, and they're also good if they've got a Zarya backing them up. Now this brings in the whole focus fire element. I recently did a Mei guide, and Ana is similar in the same way that you do need to really focus her and pounce her as soon as possible. Mobility is the key, and she is the top priority at the minute, even over a Mercy. If Ana doesn't die, it's likely that Ryan isn't going to die. It's likely that most things won't die, including herself, because she keeps getting her nade and she has sleep darts, and her utility is so dexterous that you need to get rid of her as soon as possible. So diving her with a Genji and a Winston at the same time guarantees the kill. They're both pretty good in that fight against Ana, but Winston's such a big target, he can be slept very easily, so you need to be careful of that, which is why coupling them with a Zarya is also great, because you can shield the Winston and he cannot be slept for a few seconds, you can confirm the damage, and also when she heals herself, it won't hit Winston, which is the worst thing that can happen, because Winston does win that fight against Ana until he gets slept or hit with a grenade, and she's more than likely going to hit one of the two, and you're going to be in trouble if she does. So the one issue that I take with Ana and how good she is, and I love to play her, and I really do, but if someone wants to come and kill me, they really need to come as a team. A lot of other heroes in the game have direct counters, and she simply doesn't. She's at least as good as Mei in any 1v1 scenario against most heroes in the game, and it takes 3 people a lot of the time, as I mentioned, probably a Winston, Genji, Zarya combination to maybe finish her off. Now the good thing about this combination is it doesn't take away from the team comp, because all 3 heroes can be used in nearly every game on every map. One thing I do want to reiterate is shot restraint. So, if you are a Junkrat and you're playing against an Ana, you have to swap. I've recently played in a game where we had a Hanzo and a Junkrat both shooting damage into the enemies, but not actually confirming anything. If you're doing that against the Ana, you're just giving her free charge. Now, shot restraint simply means don't even shoot at her until they engage. Don't shoot at anything on their team until they engage, or else you're just giving them chip damage. I don't know how many times I've seen people poking at the choke, as we call it, where they're just sitting there at the choke point, spamming damage in. If they've got an Ana and you don't, you're really going to struggle. Now, the last counter I will mention that is very good at dealing with Ana is Widow. You do need to be able to hit your shots. You can one-shot her, and I think a decent Widow will always beat a decent Ana because she can simply just one-shot her. But Widow's not that viable in the meta at the minute, and it's not always that easy, especially if the Ana's behind a Rhine shield, which she will be most of the time. So the next thing to talk about isn't just Ana herself, it's the most important parts of her kit, which is the Sleep Dart and the Nano Boost. And these come hand in hand because a lot of the time the only real way to counter her is to have another Ana on your team, which isn't really healthy for the team comps in the game because it's always been about counter-picking the enemy team, but this time with Ana at the minute you just have to pick another one. So keep tabs on Sleep Darts. When has she used her Sleep Dart? If they've already used their Sleep Dart, it's probably a good time for you to go with Nano Boost in order to counter their Nano Boost. Now, also at the same time, try and keep your Sleep Dart handy if you know that a Nano Boost is coming, which is the next part. Always think in your mind, where is their Nano Boost? The Reaper's just jumped up to the top right. You're pretty sure he's got his ultimate, and you know that they're coming for your team. You know Nano Boost is coming, you need to keep your sleep at hand, and you need to be ready to try and hit it on the target that's coming in. It's a shame that other heroes in the game, or at least one more, don't have a sleep capability. Now, there are other heroes that have crowd control, and this is the main thing when something like a Reinhardt has been nanoed, is that you really need to crowd control. It's way more important than actually getting the kill. So the best ways to crowd control it are really another Sleep Dart. You can use Maze Wall. You can use Maze Wall to either split off the nano boosted Rhine or Reaper on your side to try and crowd control them further, or you can simply block them out so they can't get through the wall. By the time they do manage to get through it, it should be gone. Now, there is McCree's Flashbang, which some people say is a good way to counter nano boosted Reapers and Reinhardts. Now, here's the issue. If you try to use the Flashbang on a Reinhardt, you can't kill him. By the time he comes out of the flash, he'll just smash you in the face and you'll die. And also, if you try to Flashbang a Reaper, chances are you'll actually be dead before you even get to do the flashbang. That's how much damage Reaper does when he's nanoed. So that, again, doesn't work so well. Also, I've heard people say that Zenyatta's ultimate counters nano. It actually doesn't, because if someone nano boosts a Reaper, the Reaper damage out DPS's the Zen's healing. That's how strong this thing is. So you need to be making sure that you're crowd controlling any kind of nano, whether it be with a Mei, which again forces another Mei instant pick for your team, and it also forces another Mei instant pick for the other team. So just not really a healthy meta to be in right now. Another thing to do when the enemy team have nanoed something is to still focus the Ana, because when it is nanoed, Ana can still heal them. When I've heard that maybe a nerf they could do would be that you can't heal someone that's been nanoed. Now, I don't know if I believe that's a very good option, but if something is nanoed, you can still jump the Ana to get that kill, and then the nano boosted target isn't getting healed. Now, there is one thing I haven't mentioned that does work, and I don't know if you guys have heard about it. It's called Balrogging. Now, Balrog was the big demon thing in Lord of the Rings, and it drags Gandalf off the side of a huge cliff face in the Mines of Moria, and it doesn't go well for Gandalf, let's just say. He gets dragged off. So, what you need to do as Roadhog, if you do have a Roadhog against someone that's nano boosted, is you can hook the target off the side of the map or into the well on Ilios or any of the other wells on some of them King of the Hill maps, or simply off the side of a payload map or anything. Any Balrog is a good Balrog. A 1-for-1 trade on a nano boosted target is very good. Now, it isn't easy to do, but I have done it before, and it is definitely the most effective way to deal with it, although it probably doesn't sound like it. It's something that you should try to do if you can, but it's not something you can always do. You may not always have a Roadhog, although Roadhog is rarely a bad pick in the game. So guys, that is a hell of a lot of counters. I know there's a hell of a lot of information in there. I'm going to break it down for you guys just quickly. If you're going to just try to counter it with heroes, then Tracer, Genji, Zarya, and Winston are your go-tos, but Balrogging is a very good way to kill someone. Just drag them off the side of the map. If you're using Mei, you can wall, or you can simply freeze the nano target just to get you some extra time. McCree is not that good for crowd controlling, but ultimately, guys, crowd control is the best way currently to deal with Nano. It's super powerful, and I don't see it going away anytime soon. Even if they do nerf the charge rate to it, it's still going to be incredibly good on Reinhardts and Reapers whenever they do get it. I think we will see a nerf from it soon, but the rest of her utility is so good, I wouldn't worry about her being out of the meta, because she's just an awesome hero to have in the meta, and I don't think anyone wants it removed, and she's just really fun to play. So guys, let me know if I missed anything. The comment section is the place to let me know. Make sure you follow our live stream. We stream every single day, and we're going to start streaming twice a day soon. We've got a Twitter and a Discord where you can find people to play with. We've got all ranks, all consoles, all regions as well where you can find people to play with, so make sure you do that. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Have a great day as always. Take care and peace, people.